what you were talking about, this is one of my favorite stories. There was these bars, Mexican bars, out in the sticks in Riverside, which is 2 hours from me, out in the farm fields. It was all farm workers picking fruit out there and stuff. There was two bar owners, and they were probably 20 minutes apart, and Mexican bar owners, and they had this kind of a rivalry between them, and they were gambling. What they were betting, or I don't know, but they both decided they put together a three-man team, and then once a week on a Tuesday night, they would put these teams together and they would compete, and these bar owners were gambling, betting on it. So the three-man team was Ernesto, Moro, and me. We would go in there on Tuesday. We'd drive 2 hours to get there, and we got paid $100 each to come play, win or lose. So we'd, get together in Ernesto's car and we'd drive down there and out in the fields. I mean, just driving through the fields, dirt roads, whatever, and there's these little bars out there. And then so that we were playing like little races to 7 or something, to the team, and then there'd be a break. And then they would bring out the Mexican food, which was real Mexican food.
Not Tex-Mex, right?
No, it was out here. Out they would come out with the Tupperware that somebody had prepared, some kind of seafood, something or other, and Ritz crackers, and But this is Mexican food that somebody's wife made at home,
Right.
And
Not
so
the
then we'd
Tex-Mex.
have our little snack and stuff, and then go back to it, and then play again the rest of them. And it was just fascinating because, for one thing, all those Mexican guys are totally unshakeable. Because the players, you're in a little bar where a bar table like barely fits, and there's 50 people in that room. And the spectators are literally leaning on the rails of the table, all the way around the table.
And betting the rail.
Yeah, they're betting, but they're literally just leaning and watching the game leaning against the table.
Yeah.
And so then they'd have to move out of the way where you came over and shot from that angle, and then as you moved, then the crowd would kind of move out of the way, and then they're just standing there watching the table. So these guys are that's the way they grew up playing. We're just unshakeable. So this is a couple of years ago. I saw Ernesto and I asked him. We talked to him about it, and he laughs. And I said, Ernesto, so why did you and Moro put me on your team? And this is the greatest response ever. And if you know Ernesto, everything is so dry. He says, well, because we always knew you were a really good player. You just didn't know it